More series to go here at day number 2 at DreamHack Valencia, but maybe one of the most important ones we will see throughout the entirety of the tournament now sits before us. Again, it is none other than T.Trouble taking on NRG. Whoever ends up losing this will make their way into day number 3, or excuse me, winning this will make their way into day number 3. Whoever ends up struggling will be sent home, meaning that this could in fact be the last series that we get here for Fireburner and the NRG, not the NRG roster, on the NRG roster.
We're gonna have to see, because NRG, they battled G2 earlier, so it could have been the last time Fireburner plays G2, and they fell in that series. But then NRG, without any practice, they take down Rogue, so they still proven that, hey, it's still a big 3 in NA. Even without practice, NRG gets that win. Yeah,
I don't know how they do it. They keep battling through. Fireburner does not want to leave without a great showing here. I love to see it, and I hope that he retires with, you know, a triumphed win holding the trophy.
Yeah, it's really, you know, before we talk too much on NRG, we'll get to that in a bit here. First, we got to take a glance at our groups and make sure we understand everything that has happened in here so far, and take a glance at, most importantly, what's happened here in Group B, is it is still not settled.
Yes, most importantly, Cloud9, they did beat T.Trouble. They beat them 3-0, and because of all the delays today, we couldn't see that match for the qualifier, but we will see Cloud9 on day 3. So very important game there for Cloud9. They... Once again, they swept T.Trouble. So T.Trouble, they lose to them in back-to-back tournaments, but they're not done yet. They're playing NRG here, who did pick up that win versus Rogue, and also T.Trouble has a loss as well. So this is it for one of these two teams. And again, like T.Trouble, it's going to be a tough game versus NRG, because that is NRG, because no lead is safe versus T.Trouble from what we've seen.
For whatever reason, they just keep that momentum with them. Even if they're losing, Ronak said it himself, they just view it as a 0-0 game. They're so good mentally. But the only thing that I have an issue with that is these are really long days of DreamHack. It's tiring. That requires so much stamina to stay positive, not get tilted. Even here towards the end of the day on day 2, you've already lost a couple matches, and you fought so hard for that one win that we saw. They went down, what was it, 2 out of 3 games and managed to fight back. It takes so much out of you. Will they be able to keep it up? It's so hard.
It's a good point that you bring up. You know, a lot of people underestimate the mental fatigue that these players actually undergo. There's a bit on a physical front as well, depending on the conditions, but overall, the mental fortitude to constantly be applying yourself, and more importantly, as you said, kind of ignore your instinctual emotions. That takes a lot of conscious effort.
And then at the same time with NRG, they've played a lot too. On day 1, they went through the lower bracket as well to make it to day 2, so they played the maximum amount of series so far too, so very tiring for them. And again, maybe a little bit more carefree, so maybe not as much of a mental thing for them, but at the end of the day, it's one series. That's all you need is 3 games.
It is one series, and that is, in fact, what they're going to be looking for here. The biggest thing, though, that we did end up finding a way to sit down with Fireburner, and we were able to hear some of his thoughts here about NRG and their approach to the entirety here of DreamHack Valencia.
I would say our strengths for NRG, like this iteration of NRG, is like, I would say we're relatively always been consistent the whole time. Even at international lands, like we would always get like top 4 almost every land for the most part, except like I guess like the past couple ones. But yeah, for the most part, I would say pretty consistent team overall. I have Garrett and Justin as teammates. I would consider them like both really close friends of mine. I've known Garrett literally since he was like 14, 15, and Justin as well. Picked up Justin when he was fresh out of our RS, and yeah, he had no experience, and now he's like, in my opinion, one of the best players in the world. Same with Garrett, I'd consider him one of the best players in the world too. And I'm sure like going forward after this event, with whoever they pick up, they're gonna be like favorites to win the next RLCS for sure. Going to DreamHack Valencia is a little bit different than the other lands that we've been to. We're like taking like a super laid back approach, obviously, because this is my last tournament, and after this I'm obviously not going to be with the team anymore. So the past week and a half, they've been trying out new thirds and stuff like that. So we haven't really scrimmed at all. We're kind of going in just like having fun. So we haven't really got any practice, but even on stage, we're just having fun with it, and whatever happens, happens pretty much.
And here we are down at the stage again. T.Trouble up against NRG, but really awesome to hear some of the words there from Fireburner. again, in the perspective, hearing him compliment his teammates on the other side.
But Fireburner, an absolute legend. Let's talk about some accolades real quick. He's a 7-time world champion player. There's only been 2. Fireburner and Garrett G. He's a 5-time regional champion. There's only been 2. Fireburner and K-Dop. And he's a 2-time golden striker. There's only been 2. Fireburner and Cooks here. He's on the list for so many accolades. Fireburner, he's done it all throughout his career. And again, everyone is rooting for him to make day 3.
It's also kind of like a father figure to his 2 teammates right now. He's known them since they were young. He's basically been there since their upbringing in Rocket League. Supportive, probably led them so well on the field. I know that, you know, Justin and Garrett G both respect him with everything they have. But they're going to be going against T.Trouble, who have everything to prove against this roster right now, who is just so carefree.
And this is that team, T.Trouble, the 4th team in Europe. A lot of people thought they squeaked into the World Championships, but they're trying to prove that that was not a fluke. They want to make another top 8.
Yeah.
They want to win that prize money as well, because again, there is no org backing them. They even said on Twitter, it's like, man, it's expensive to get out here. So they had to like foot that bill. So like if they don't get any prize money here, they're going to feel like that's a little bit of a downer as well. But obviously they got some from the World Championship and they played really well there. We'll see if they can do it again here.
The one thing for me that, you know, noting with this team, especially based off that last interview, talking about how they try and approach everything with the 0-0 that you already talked about there, Turtle, is though it could be scary in terms of how much mental strength that takes from them, I also get concerned on the other side of the coin is like what that means as this team keeps growing and evolving, right? It feels like that is the way to instill the ruthless killer mentality. Is like, we're up 7-0, it's still a 0-0 game. Best of luck out to you, you know? Like,
you just hear Tadpole, guys, it's 0-0. 7-0, no, 0-0.
There's no relaxing.
Exactly. And it's like, and just what that looks like as they evolve as a roster here.
Hey, man, we've seen these comebacks before. We've seen up to probably a 4-goal comeback, so no lead is safe. And T.Trouble knows that as well, so they want to get up as soon as possible versus NRG. The momentum, the crowd is going to be behind them, so they need to quiet that.
Well, we're going to waste no more time here. We're going to get this series underway after we get our predictions from our analysts here up at the desk. Who do we think is going to walk away with it?
I'm going to say there is definite bias here. I am going NRG. I do not want Fireburner out on day 2. I want him out on day 3 when he's hoisting that trophy. I'm going NRG.
Absolutely no bias. NRG are going to take it. Nothing involved. I think, you know what? I think the carefree attitude is going to help him. If T.Trouble start out well, it could be very dangerous. I'm not sure if the stamina will hold up. I'm actually really curious to see how strong they are mentally, but I think NRG are going to take it.
Yeah, and for me, I'm going to sit at the 50% bias scale, but I also still sit on the side of NRG. It's impossible. Too many heartstrings being pulled there.
How dare you.
From Fireburner over the years. And again, I have not even gotten to admire all of it, but I have nothing but absolute respect for, you know, those players that you listed that are compared to Fireburner, and everybody always talks about, like, is Fireburner as good as the rest of them? And you're walking away. You're listing some of the most renowned names in all of Rocket League are the only ones who sit comparative to him.
Yeah, and the respect that is given to Fireburner, not only in North America, play him all the time, but the European scene, the OCE scene, and now the SAM scene. Like, everyone knows who Fireburner is, and they respect him, and everyone's going to be pulling for them. Sorry, T.Trouble, but that's just the way it is.
Sometimes it's the way it's going to break down here. So we're going to find out if NRG does make their way to day number 3. And we're going to send you over to the casting crew here. It is Johnny Boy and Shogun.
Thank you very much, Dread. And yeah, this is a little bit of an awkward series overall because this could be it for Fireburner. But over on the other side, T.Trouble, you know, they'd be happy to be the ones to do it. Like I said, there's money on the line for them. They didn't get to be able to be paid to come out here. They need that prize money to cover the costs.
Yeah, they're looking to get a payment to make sure that this can be just a feel-good weekend. You know, if they do move on to day 3, that would be like, I think already their best showing at an international event. Of course, they made day 3 at RLCS just a couple of weeks ago, but they only won 1 series to get there. So if they're able to do this, you know, beating NRG along the way, beating Complexity along the way, they've had a much better weekend overall, you know, taking down Renegades as well. Still though, no surprise there to see the crowd really getting behind NRG. I think regardless of Fireburner stating that this is his last event, you would have seen that exact same split.
Absolutely, NRG, one of the longest standing teams and one of the longest standing duos that we've had in Rocket League in the form of Garrett G and Fireburner. A lot of things have changed around them, but one thing's been consistent. They've always been towards the top of North America. Will it be Fireburner's swan song, or can they force day number 3 and keep that Cinderella story alive?
There's T.Trouble trying to play spoiler here. This is going to be a good start for them. Oh, never mind, Ronicky off the crossbar. I mean, you wouldn't expect that ball to come across into the middle for him. But when it does, you'd think Ronicky would put that on target. He's usually the one who's so consistent with his shots on Triple Trouble. Absolutely world-class finishing. Easily one of the most impressive at this event.
To the end of last season, during Season 6, Ronicky and Casio, both 1 and 2 when it came to Rival Series goals per game. Typically, it is T.Trouble's job to ensure that the rotation stays up to scratch. Just allows the booming shots around him to do the rest of the work. Casio can't clear any further than Justin, who thankfully seems a little bit more awake today. So I'm joking around earlier on. Garrett plays the fire. Very slow pace to start us off in game 1.
Yeah, jet lag's a real thing that these guys have to deal with, but NRG have got to just try, focus for this one series, and then that'll be them on to day 3. It's almost a long shot in for them. Triple Trouble have got to be careful moving forward with all 3 players like that. If there is going to be a boomer coming their way, Justin decides to shoot. You're going to fancy Casio to get the saves from that position. Absolute boomer of a shot from Garrett. Also saved by T.Trouble, and now one in from Justin again. Triple Trouble being tested, but so far they're passing the test of flying colors.
Yeah, a lot of these shots coming from quite far out. Once the test, you would expect Triple Trouble to grab a hold of them outside of a major mistake. Now Garrett G, has he got any passing options? No, goes straight for net. And he's hit that one very clean indeed.
That is a very good angle shot by Garrett. You can see the goalkeeper's positioned himself, getting ready to intercept a pass, and suddenly it's gone in the near post. You've got to look out for that when Garrett's in the field, especially after seeing his striking yesterday against GC Aura. He was hitting banger after banger. He started off this series with a bang.
Justin tries to get a second touch. Always seems to be ahead of the ball for that one, as well as running out of boost, but still 1 goal better for NRG. They'll be happy where they are right now. Fireburner, great dribble past one player. Passes over to Justin, and Justin would like to have made cleaner contact with that ball. Instead, going to see it go a little bit wide. Garrett G with the follow-up. Triple Trouble, you know, doing somewhat well so far in defense, but they want to get this out as Garrett G blasts that off the post. Justin with the follow. He's not going to win the challenge well enough as Ronicky looks to transition.
That was really great stuff from Fireburner. Not usually the most flashy player in this lineup, although how can you blame him with Garrett G and Justin on the team? Got a very cheeky double touch to put a center. Justin going to follow suit with his own dominus. And then they're just trying to muscle it through. The whole NRG squad are here, and it's 2-0. Triple Trouble can't get it away.
Yeah, it just seemed like T.Trouble misread where the ball was afterwards. He didn't need to jump in the way he did, and just left everything open for Fireburner. This has not been the quickest Rocket League game we have seen this weekend, but NRG are making it work for themselves.
Yeah, NRG, you know, they suffered a tough loss off stream against G2 earlier. And they bounced back well. They looked strong against Rogue. Again, all off stream, but been able to see some good stuff from them here. That's all that matters. Really, of course, looking forward to the potential matchup against Reno Vitality, who await the winner of this series in day 3 tomorrow. That would be best 2 of 3. I mean, NRG knocked Vitality, or beat Vitality at Dallas, and Vitality had their number at the World Championship. That'll be a cracking series, win or loss for Fireburner in his last one. Great save actually by Casio. Still follow-up coming through. T.Trouble gets it away. Fireburner again denied by T.Trouble.
There's a trio of strikes, but none of them managed to get past Triple Trouble. Minute and 20 on the clock. Triple Trouble so far, they've had 1 shot on target that needed a save, and even that one was right down the middle. So far, NRG have been pretty calm throughout game 1. For a team that, you know, has come in, has been a little bit jet-lagged, you'd have expected Triple Trouble to have been the team that really tried to up the pace. Instead, they've just not managed to do it.
You know, sometimes a card change can really help that, just in switching over after a day 1 that wasn't too convincing. He's looking a lot better. Garrett G's really had his A game all weekend. So NRG looking comfortable here against Triple Trouble. Is sort of the thing that Triple Trouble haven't really been able to do, and that's perform well against absolute top-tier competition. They got 3-0'd by Cloud9 right before this series. That's probably weighing heavy on their shoulders, just thinking, well, if we can't beat Cloud9, NRG are going to be just as difficult. Wanagi trying to put one on, but Garrett's right there waiting for it. I think he had the whole goal covered. It doesn't matter where the shot's going to be.
Final 10 seconds now. T.Trouble doesn't seem like they've got anything really in the tank to try and put the ball past NRG, and in a series that looks like it's got a lot further to go, NRG have got game 1.
Yeah, really crucial stuff there for NRG. I mean, they've faltered a lot in game 1s in the past. Sometimes a slow starting team. When they do start strong, that very often continues. So, looks good for Fireburner's swan song just now. T.Trouble very quiet here. It was Casio who really showed up and impressed everybody in that series win on stage against Complexity earlier today. And that's really interesting because Casio had such promise coming into the team at the start of the year and hasn't really lived up to that. It's been very, very quiet actually for him all year. You thought with him playing so well against Complexity, maybe this is the time for T.Trouble to actually play their best Rocket League that they've ever played.
Absolutely. It seems to be a transition period right now for certain Rocket League play styles. We've seen the players that have always been typically very strike-heavy, one-touch players that, you know, that you set them up and they finish off the opportunity. That's not good enough anymore. We've got much better goal line defending. You need to add that little bit more to your play, and it seems like players like Casio just taking that little bit extra to ease into this new era of gameplay. You've got to test out new things. You've got to try and find where the gaps are in a team's defense. Sometimes just be a little bit patient. Realize that, you know, you can see it's a shot, but not necessarily trying to score for it, just trying to force a player to move.
You know, sometimes you're just up against such class, so what can you do? NRG, when they're playing their best, are that difficult to beat that you can bring your own A game, and it's still not enough. T.Trouble are going to need to step it up a notch. Just like I'm saying, it might still be second best in the day. They certainly are right now. Second best team with quite a margin.
NRG does win the challenge. Forces T.Trouble up, and T.Trouble's left with 10 boosts, and he's not going to grab any more. NRG able to take away the back left. NRG trying to just lock down in the midfield. Justin can go up. First touch to control. Second touch, flip reset. Third touch, flip reset hit. And almost the fourth coming in from Fireburner. NRG controlling the ceiling at the moment. And the aerials purely through their boost control. T.Trouble. They look low everywhere. Casio went to the midfield to see if he could find anything. It looks like Tadpole's the only one that really has any options. NRG, they'll have noticed this and they'll look to try and press forwards.
We need some much earlier aerial challenges on players like Justin if he's going to be air dribbling or going for flip resets. Got to make the tackle as early as possible. You can't give him time and space or else you will suffer for it. For now, T.Trouble haven't conceded. And although NRG have looked dominant, got nothing to show for it just yet.
Over the top of Justin, finally T.Trouble starting to slowly ease their way to the orange side of the field, but that could be over and done with. Demo. T.Trouble forced to help out. Another demo as well. Roniki bullied a little bit over in the corner. Casio wants to try and find a pass. Couldn't get anything other than Justin shutting him down pretty early on in that play. NRG, it lost control for just a second, but it seems like it pretty quickly gets back to the blue side of the field. Roniki maybe T.Trouble's first chance, and no, it is taken away by Justin.
Casio thought you was going to have a chance at the net there. There is NRG on the counter. Oh my goodness. Just incredible with a 1-0 lead, and that is a boomer.
You can tell how quickly he knows it's coming to him as well. Turning around before the ball is even touched. Right into the top corner. NRG move 3-0 in goals in this series. T.Trouble now reach the 7-minute mark without finding anything. It's going to be Fireburner. 2-0 in goals, and NRG seem to be in cruise control.
There's just no threats coming in from T.Trouble. They're second to every ball. They're looking timid. They're looking very scared of the nameplates. The very, very scary nameplates, to be fair, but still, if they're going to win this, if they're going to get a game or even a series off NRG, their last life, mind you, of the tournament. They've got to be brave. They can't be hesitating at all. And now it looks like that's all they're able to do.
Garrett G now to make it free. Off the crossbar, the tap hole. That's the half flip, and well, now he's out. Garrett G takes out Ronicky as well. He's double demo. Something that we did see from Fireburner yesterday, actually. Casio for the target. Best opportunity so far for Triple Trouble. They want to try and capitalize now and create some more.
It was a great save by Garrett as well, though. Getting the ball clear of danger well, knocking it away from the net. It was on target and quickly from Casio. Like you said, their best chance here. Ronicky's maybe got an even better one, but he can't find the target. And Fireburner's going to try and guide it to safety. Casio gets it past him. Triple Trouble's starting to get a little bit of pressure built up here, but it just capitulates when the pass doesn't connect on the infield. Accuracy is going to be a problem. Justin, see how difficult it is to read what he's doing as he's coming at you. And it does not go well for Triple Trouble once again.
Yeah, Justin's getting so much time on the ball right now. You know, him and Chaussette, probably the two players today that you want least to give that sort of time to.
Yeah, Justin in the air, Chaussette on the ground.
Either way, they will punish you for it.
Imagine putting those two together. I don't know who else you could add into the mix. What other qualities you'd want for your perfect Rocket League player. He's probably yet to come. I just wonder where that skill ceiling lies, when's it could be reached. I think we're far from it yet, although the current level of pro play is just astonishing when you look back a couple of years. Good save by Tadpole there, coming off the back wall. Nice infield pass to Ronke as well, but he absolutely skies the shot. Casio follows up, but he's put it straight down the middle. Well, the Triple Trouble have created a couple chances there. The class is just not there. One shot too high, one shot too direct. Nobody finding the top corner.
That's going to start weighing on Roniky's mind as well. It was in the last game towards the very beginning that Ronicky had an open net that he ended up putting just sky high. Couldn't find the target. Garrett G forced to help out here. Move forward, Garrett G. All the way over. That's going to be very dangerous as Ronicky forced to help out. Fireburner. We've seen a lot of goals being created from the corner today. Sort of wrote that area off a very long time ago as, okay, it's very easy to predict, but the players coming up with a lot of new tech when it comes to defeating defenses. Justin over the top. Can he put that fourth in for his team? It's going to be Ronicky clearing. As we do head towards the final few moments, the question becomes, can Triple Trouble find their first goal? Because game number 2 is completely beyond their reach. It looks like it's going to be one step too far.
Indeed, 0 seconds now. Only a chance for a consolation goal for Triple Trouble. And NRG do not look interested in giving them one. A second though, Casio on the goal line gets denied by Fireburner. And it is his day after all, and he says, no thanks, we're going to keep a clean sheet second game in a row.
This has been very impressive from NRG. Just seem to be enjoying the tournament right now. We were speaking about this earlier on. We were talking about Turbo Pulsar subbing in that. Sometimes just having a sub can take away the pressure in a way. It seems like sort of no pressure on NRG, and that means they can play very close to their online form. Their online form is ridiculous.
Oh, absolutely. And I mean, if you look at the two teams outside the top 8 seeds coming into the tournament who have already qualified for day 3, you've got the Bricks and you've got Randy Gibbons River Rats, two of the teams who we've seen having the most fun on stage. I said, no, having no pressure is such a big help. And then you think back to what we're talking about earlier, Triple Trouble putting a lot of pressure on themselves to make the money in this event, to try and help pay for the trip that they've had to spend getting here themselves. And if they lose this game, they will not be making the money, so they're under a lot of pressure here. Not an awful way to go out. I mean, you look at their teams that they have struggled against, and you've got some pretty impressive lineups. First of all, PSG, they dropped to them on day 1, bounced back with a win against Renegades. Today, they dropped to the lowers at the hands of Cloud9, and who's waiting for them? NRG. I mean, they're in good company. The whole of North America has been losing to these two teams for quite a long time now.
Triple Trouble, that first goal still being waited upon. It's been 10+ minutes now. They've got nothing. And with two of Europe's most prolific goal scorers, they'd expect better. And I do not know how that has not gone in.
Nobody able to get on the right side of the ball there for the NRG. Inside the first 10 seconds, they're already rattling uprights and posts. It's not going to stop anytime soon. Triple Trouble are on the back foot. And it looks like their boost has been stolen. Lots of dodges just to gain momentum are happening right now. Casio does get it past one. Justin quickly follows up, and that's some good spacing by NRG. One player gets taken out. There's another right behind him, ready to take the ball for free.
Rocky can get that over pretty well. T.Trouble trying to find a very tight angle from above the goal. T.Trouble didn't quite leave that one to keep you going. As Fireburner to Justin, and just leaving a couple of pressure around. Garrett, you almost fell on it.
Oh my goodness, a pre-jump from Garrett followed up by the recovery attempt. Both insanely unexpected. But you wouldn't put it past Garrett. I mean, they're definitely feeling like the favorites now. No, they've seen T.Trouble play quite a lot in the past 2 weeks. Weighed them up, but decided that they're the better team. And now it's time to show it. Roniki, pretty tame shot by his standards. And like I was saying earlier, he's not going to be happy with how he's striking the ball in this series. One of the best in the world when he's playing well. Today, he's having to just sit back in defense and hope for the best. And they hang on once again. T.Trouble are under a whole lot of pressure at the hands of NRG.
This has definitely been the best overall performance from them so far. They look like they're sharing the ball equally with NRG, whilst previously it seemed like NRG were pretty dominant across the field. Can this be the change that they need? Justin ends up waiting a little bit too long, instead allows Casio to play the ball to the far corner. Straight to the middle. Roniki loses the challenge to Garrett, and Garrett can follow this up, sets it up for Fireburner. Fireburner to turn it in, top corner. 1-0 NRG. And this could be enough if the previous scorelines are to be followed.
Yeah, Tadpole is not following up the challenge at the right time there. You see when he's supposed to be waiting, he's driving forward. When he's supposed to be driving forward, he's turned around. Gets the timing all wrong, and NRG do not take long to get an opportunity and slam it in the top corner. That's just the difference that there's been between these two teams today. Oh, they're so close, but once again, T.Trouble just don't have the accuracy that NRG do.
And once again, it was Roniki who took the shot. At which point does this start playing on his mind? It's Fireburner, can take his time. That was clean as he would have wanted, but he did get a second touch. Forces Tadpole into the play. Now Justin, loads of time once again, and Roniki's forced to help out, but how far can it go? Just as far as Garrett. Tadpole with the clear, but NRG starting to slowly shift into that midfield dominance that we saw in games 1 and 2. Down to Casio, well read. NRG keeps it out, now Casio off the backboard. Tadpole's got time, puts it off the crossbar yet again. Roniki still searching for this first goal. The longest period of offensive pressure that T.Trouble have had in all this series. Tadpole tries to go low, but that is well read by Fireburner. Now looking for the corner. Casio finally gets the first for T.Trouble.
13 minutes and 11 seconds. Casio gets the corner. That's exactly what has been lacking all series long. We've been seeing that type of shot come off the crossbar, go straight towards the goalkeeper. But it's Casio once again showing up on stage and giving T.Trouble a breath of hope. It's still a chance for them to make something happen here.
It's going to be a follow-up from Roniki.
And they will.
That was a very poor touch from Fireburner. Just set Roniki up really easily.
Looks like he's trying to offload that to Garrett, but Garrett's not on the same page. He's turned a bit too far away. Roniki all over it. I mean, he's seen that it's possible. Casio's shown Roniki that it can be done. NRG are vulnerable.
So bad news for Barcelona. They will not be joined this weekend in the Perfect Sweep Club. Instead, now T.Trouble. Looking like a new team, and a new team that needs to save this. Tadpole somehow keeps that one out. Lovely half flip from him, as this is going to be required once again off the post. Roniki can't get there in time, 2-0.
And Fireburner with a brace here. T.Trouble had a couple of almost at the back there. Tadpole with a good save. But it was Fireburner coming from the defensive blind spot. Just a little bit quicker than Roniki was able to handle. With 1 minute and 14 left, T.Trouble's tournament life is on the brink. Can they score again? Will they just be right back into NRG domination?
Justin to Garrett. Garrett's won yet another aerial challenge. T.Trouble struggling right now to really contest the North Americans up in the air. Almost seemed like the second best, and that was almost left way too late. Justin almost given time once again to Cassio. That is a very difficult shot he's tried to pull off, and he almost pulled it off perfectly. This is how T.Trouble got their first goal. Can they make another? Looking for that midfield, but Justin, oh my goodness, he is looking to take this all the way. Ran out of boost, but more importantly, he got that out of a very tricky situation.
Composure at the back from Cassio, but he only hits it as far as Justin. The difference in speed, mechanical ability is quite clear, but T.Trouble nonetheless hanging on. They just need to find an opening to get one goal, but I've got a feeling they're going to be on the receiving end of more NRG pressure before this is over. That's a great pass by Cassio. Roniki's testing NRG's goalkeeping ability. 10 seconds left. T.Trouble still very much in this. Winner of this game moves on to day 3 to face Red Vitality, but who's it going to be? Looks like we might be going to overtime unless NRG can make something happen here. Justin's up high. Just has to go into the ground now. T.Trouble actually keeping up. Roniki could have grounded that, but he's decided to make something of it, and it's going to be a shot on target for him. Saved by Garrett. But that's brave by Roniki. You'll love to see that.
It's a positive mentality that seems to have been lacking so far from T.Trouble. And now they've got to try and find this goal. It's Justin underneath. And Roniki able to cover in time, but Justin is getting trickier and trickier as this series goes along. Just seems so comfortable right now, and he's going to finish off T.Trouble. Fireburner and the rest of NRG are going to make it to day 3.
Selfless play by Fire. There is a goalie on the line, so he uses Justin in front of him. Two Dominus players combined to secure the series win. Goodbye to T.Trouble. They've tried their best, but they've ran into two absolutely world-class teams today, and they've not had the goods. They bow out 3-0. They've definitely shown that they're one of the teams to watch in Europe, trying to contest for, permanent consideration in the top 4.
You've got to remember as well, they are very new to international competition. They've been very recently introduced to the whole thing, and right now they know where they are, but they know what they want to improve. As we are going to be heading over to a commercial break, we will see you all in just a moment.